What is up, lads and ladies, it's Edward here and welcome back to another video where today I thought I'd do a little video on, well, just my opinion. So this series is basically going to be me talking to the camera about major points in, say, football, maybe not just football, like other things like politics, even though I don't really want to, TV, film, anything like that. It will literally just be my opinion, with probably a little bit of information involved as well. But today, in the first episode, I thought I would talk about, well, my beloved Everton. And basically, Everton, they're not doing great at the minute, are they? We're out of the EFL Cup, we are out of Europe, we're in the relegation zone, could be a relegation battle, we've got no manager, we've spent 150 million on transfers. What's going on? What's gone on with Everton? Now, obviously, the first thing you've got to think about is the manager. Ronald Koeman, for some reason, it worked so well for him last season, but for this season, it all just fell apart. It's sad. And I personally never like talking about managers or even anyone losing their job, but it felt like he had to go because the way it was working out for him wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. You know, the team was clearly not playing, or a lot of individuals were not playing for him anymore. He lost a lot of the dressing room. He was too stubborn in his tactics and his team, refusing to play any wit. Playing 3 number 10s sometimes at once just made no sense whatsoever. And when we were winning the games, it was because we had to change something and we had to do something because the lineup didn't work at the start. He didn't learn from it, so he kind of had to go. The transfer window was this transfer window was obviously a big one. A lot of Everton fans at the end of it said, myself included, we said this could be our season to get the top 4. But obviously it's not worked out so far. Okay, we're 3 months into the season, we've still got a lot of games that we can bring ourselves back up the table. We're not that far off that it's top 10 is unreachable. I mean, we win like 3 games and I think we're back in the top 6 or something like that. So, you know, top 6 is still reachable at the minute. But the transfer window, obviously one of the biggest points of it, it was obvious Koeman wanted to get more goals in the side, which is fair enough. 1 free kick specialist, apparently. 1 goal scoring centre mid, a new striker, Rooney, back in the team. So it looked like we were going to be getting, you know, more spread out around the team. But the main problem is, to fit his style, we needed a target man. And we obviously had Lukaku. Lukaku, as much as I hate to say it, it was obvious he was going to be going. The problem is really, why didn't we have a plan to get a new striker? Alright, apparently we had Giroud in the building, ready to start his fitness and all that, but his wife said no, so he didn't come to us. Why did we not have a backup plan ready in case Giroud said no? That is, I think, one of the main downfalls. If we got Giroud or a similar player to him, like Batshuayi maybe, Welbeck, anything like that, then we might not be in the position that we are at the minute. We didn't have Lukaku playing for the team, he was playing for himself, but at least we won games under him because of the system that we played. You know, it requires a target man. When you don't have a target man, when you have a pacey player who's not very strong on the ball, very adapted to it at the minute, a 31-year-old who isn't what he used to be, and a 20-year-old who has got a bright future, may I add, but he's not there yet, that's not really putting much hope into our strike force. And okay, fair enough, Koeman wasn't completely to blame for the transfers. That was sort of on Steve Walsh and the rest of the board. That's fair enough, because they should have identified, well, if Lukaku's going to be going, he doesn't want to be signing a new contract, he doesn't want to stay at Everton, who are we going to get in to replace him? You know, they had this massive stack of money, rising up to £90 million. I think really the only 2 decent, no, maybe 3 signings that we've made that have turned out any good. Pickford, by far, is one of the best signings we've made this window, if not the best. You know, the amount of saves he's had to pull off, we could have lost every single game about 10-0. Keane hasn't been playing well recently, but he he did get a foot injury, and I personally think before the foot injury, he did quite well. Rooney, being one of our top goal scorers, he has done okay. The rest, Sandro, hasn't adapted to the game, but alright, hasn't played as many games, and should be playing a couple of games. Klaassen, when he's had his chance, he hasn't taken it. Especially in the European games, he's not done well. He's not adapted at all. Martina just looks to be a complete waste of space. But I'll put it all aside for a second. Honestly, this injury that he got from the Europa League last night, I just hope he's recovered. I hope he recovers well. Sigurdsson at the minute, £45 million. Our record signing has done, I think that's it, 1, maybe 2 assists. Hasn't scored any goals when free kicks are meant to be his niche thing. Oh no, sorry, but he scored that 1 goal that was like 50 yards out. But apart from that, he's done nothing. And then when you're trying to buy in all these many people and fit them all into the same squad, it's not going to work. See, the whole thing I think behind this as well with Coman, we had the parts, but the gel to put it all together, the glue to put it all together just wasn't working. It's hard to say, and it's hard to put a finger on who's to blame. Alright, you could say the players, because in that European game last night, they may have had a bit of fire and they may have had a bit of effort, but it's still not enough. They need to be... Schneiderlin looks to be godly awful this season. You know, he's just not putting his brain behind it, and I think he's quality. But at the minute, he's gone downhill. What can we do to improve this season? I don't know, but we need someone in at the minute because we cannot put all this pressure. We cannot put 26 goals to score on a 20-year-old who has barely any experience beyond this season of playing in the Premier League. Alright, he made a couple of games last season, but at least we still had Lukaku to rely on. Manager-wise, I would like to see David Unsworth. Like, I know he's lost 3 on the bounce, but these are hard games away from home. Chelsea is a hard game away from home. Lyon, when we're basically out of the cup and all the pressure's on us. And Leicester, alright, that could be a reasonable game. That could have been a bit easier, but that was a new manager coming in, so it was hard to expect. So I think this time, this game, the next one, Watford at home, is going to be a big game. And I think that's going to decide whether Unsworth is staying in the job, for now at least, or not. If I was to bring in anyone, I would want to bring in Ancelotti or Tuchel. I have sounded it out on the Toffee Blues, go and check them out, and Twitter at Jamie_JamesYT, if you want to follow, but we can't get them at the minute. So I think it's going to be sort of an Allardyce person that we're going to get in. No! So that is where I'm going to leave it for today. That's sort of my opinion on Everton at the minute. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a comment down below. What kind of topics would you like me to talk about maybe on the next episode of Just My Opinion? Subscribe to the channel for more videos, and I will see you in the next one. Adios.